if you do set up a trust with a corporate trustee, good news is that will be a resident trust. So if you're basically parking a property in that resident trust, then that property is going to get a greater access to the 50% capital gains tax discount eventually when you sell it.
Which is important.
But one of the other considerations just to remember with setting up a corporate trustee is you always need a resident director.
Yes.
So if you are an offshore client, basically you need a family member or an accountant or
Yes.
a lawyer or a friend to act in that capacity, but just remember that they will be a director of your company, so you have
Yes.
to trust them.
That can have a big impact on the lending that we do for people. So I have a lot of clients that want to purchase through a corporate trustee, but because it's an Australian company, like you said, it has to have a resident director on the company. Everyone's circumstances are a little bit different. For a lot of my clients, they quite often have a family member, maybe a mum or dad, acting as capacity for that director. When we go to do a loan through that entity when you're living offshore, almost every lender now will want to take a personal guarantee from everyone that's the director of that company. So what that effectively means is when we go through the loan application, mum or dad also needs to be involved in the loan application process. They may or may not be very engaged in wanting to do that with you. So it's sometimes the biggest hindrance for us to be able to do lending for that structure when offshore. Or occasionally we can get a waiver, but it may be with a lender that costs a lot more than someone that's living or someone that was borrowing through that entity in Australia. The rules are very different versus onshore versus offshore.